So let's just jump into how crazy this Johnny Depp Amber Heard case is, right? It's insane. I'm going to say it, though. Amber Heard's a beautiful woman. And I like a little crazy. I'm not going to front. But I think Johnny Depp didn't want this much crazy, right? He's a 50-year-old man with a 20-year-old woman. This guy's insane. Am I lying, Eric? What's going on?
First rule, don't marry crazy, man. Don't marry crazy. Have your good times, but make sure there's an exit path because it's going to be a very bad day. Folks, play Misty for me, Fatal Attraction. These are all cautionary tales. Don't head down that path.
So with all that said, last week in the trial, some information came out, some messages came out where it seems clear that Amber understood that being a woman meant that it automatically gave her credibility if she said her husband beat her, right? Mm-hmm. Or her husband hit her, because of the whole Believe Whole Women campaign. Am I making the right analogy,
the whole Me
right?
Too thing, she was definitely capitalizing on, potentially.
And this is where you're going to hear, in this conversation, you're going to hear how Me Too this conversation, you're going to hear how she's weaponized Me Too. She's going to literally say, who's going to believe a man is going to beat up a woman, right? And that's the issue that
I mean, who's a woman going to beat up a man, you mean?
Oh, yeah. Sorry. This is why I'm always wrong.
Well, you got hit in the head by Amber earlier, and you're confused. It's no biggie.
She could beat me all day, unfortunately. If I wasn't married, she could beat me all day. I'm like, baby, you punched me again in the face. What's wrong with you? Chopped off my finger. Get in the bed. Take off your clothes. And take that shit out the bed. Take that shit out the bed. Literally, right?
Yeah. Again, don't marry crazy.
Don't marry crazy. So this whole trial is coming down to credibility. Who do we believe? Do we believe Amber or do we believe Johnny? And right now it's unfair to say we just believe Johnny because we've only heard his side of the story. We haven't heard the other side of the story, which is coming next week. But for all you people, here is some audio of what happened last week. And let's just see if we believe Amber was the victim. Is she the Me Too? Is she the Me Too victim or is it Johnny?
She's the face for domestic violence?
She was. Let's hear it.
I will, because the unfortunate part is, I can talk about all of this.
Do you believe all this, Emma? Do you believe all this?
Oh, yeah, the fuck out of yes.
You believe I'm an abuser. You believe I'm an abuser.
In May, in December, in April.
Do you believe you're an abuser? Do you believe you abused me physically?
What do you think about the long dramatic pause?
He's
asked her twice.
I know. It's interesting. And I mean, okay, I'm kind of pro Johnny on this case. I hate to say Team Johnny, and it's hard to, and I'm trying to be as open as I can. It feels like calculation, though. It feels like, because I knew they were recording each other a lot, too. And this dramatic pause, I would like to be charitable and say, does he actually have her thinking, I wonder if what I've done could be considered abuse or not? Let me pause and think. I don't think that's probably the case, though. I sort of think it's how am I going to word this? Because I'm not going to accept responsibility. I know damn well that I hit the dude, but I got to come up with some sort of story.
Yeah. And remember, the story now is that she wasn't physically abusing him, but so here we go.
Do I believe I physically abused you?
Yes.
Do you know I'm 115, well, not anymore, but I was 115 pounds. I'm a 115-pound woman, and I have the capacity to abuse.
That's not the question. That's not the question.
Right there, that says it all. He said, do I believe? Pause. Then she repeated the whole question back to them.
Yep.
Statement analysis 101 stuff here.
Yep. Repeat the
question. You don't have an answer.
Repeat the
what
question.
Do you do? You repeat the... Now we're buying time.
Look at what she's even saying on screen now. I have never been able to knock you off your feet. So it's not a no. It's a yes, right? I just haven't been able...
Yeah, I've been beating the hell out of you, but it's not super effective. Finally, I got your fingertip. Jeez, it took me forever.
So this is essentially answering the question, but with another question. You know, have you abused me? Well, I haven't been able to knock you out.
Yeah, that's not abuse. I wanted to kill you. You're still alive. Yeah. So, I mean, what are you talking about? Yeah, what constitutes abuse? Yeah.
So that's exactly what she's done is she's answered the question, but she's trying really not to answer the question, and she's trying to now change the question to make it seem like I'm 115 pounds. Obviously, me hitting on you is like nothing. It's I can't even knock you down.
A resume statement, exactly.
I've
been
and
here.
You can't beat me.
Yeah.
But you can't touch me. If you touch me, it's abuse. If I can beat you up, and it's nothing because I'm a weak woman, and you know weak women can't abuse men. That and this is essentially what she's doing. She's taking Me Too and twisting it in that way. I can abuse you, but you can't abuse me.
Well, Nate, it's like black people can't be racist.
Yes, exactly what this is. In reverse. Well, not in reverse. In gender.
Question.
Have I ever been able to knock you off of your feet?
You started.
Off your balance?
You started these
You're
things.
going to get up on the stand, Johnny, and say she started it? Really? I have never been able to overpower you.
No,
That's the difference between
I do want to
me and
ask. So because she's been beat, so essentially she's admitting, I've been beating you up, I've been doing all this, but I've never been able to overpower you, right? And that's the difference. No, that's not the difference. If you're beating someone up and just haven't been able to overpower them, that doesn't, there's really no difference. You're abusing them. Am I?
And it
am
implies
I right?
a lot of abuse too, right? It implies
Yeah.
like you keep at it and at it and at it and you never succeed. It's like, Jesus, what's this poor dude going through? It's like, oh my God, I got to go home. She's going to beat on me for a while. And just like, no, she can't overpower. What? Oh God, I got to get out of here.
But did you hear the statement before about you're going to tell a jury that she threw in that little jury piece of it. Do you want to hear it again? The whole thing about you're going to tell the jury? Let me scroll back 10 seconds. See, you're going to get on the stand, Johnny, and say, mocking voice, she started it? Really? Yeah, that's what he's going to say.
and thus he did. But, yeah.
Let me play this out.
I've never been able to overpower you. That's the difference between me and you.
Why did you try?
And that's the difference that the whole world and the jury and the judge see. There's a very
See,
big difference.
there it is.
She's not
That's
answering
the
anything
difference.
directly. She's not answering anything directly. Like his answer is good. Why did you try?
Yeah.
Why? So you were abusing me, or it wasn't having the effect you wanted. What? You needed a hatchet?
And here it is. And that's the difference. That a whole world and a jury. Hold on, I'm reading this all messed up. And that's a difference. That a whole world and that a jury and that a judge will see, and that there's a very big difference between me and you. And what is that difference? What is the big difference? Is that she's a woman and he is a man.
And
that's
he's
what the
bigger,
jury-
probably, potentially.
Yes. Yeah, but what she's playing on is the
Me too.
perception of society that if I'm a woman, I can't abuse a man. And if he's a woman and if he is an abuser, then he can abuse me. So she's showing that it's going to be hard for a jury, and it's true. It's going to be hard for a jury to buy it. It's going to be hard for a judge to buy it. But when it's on tape, it makes it easier for them to buy it, though. You know what I mean?
Yes. Okay, so
let me go back.
yes, it is going to make it very difficult for anyone to buy it except the tape literally stating, I have knowledge of this, so therefore I am working my narrative into societal expectations and I am a liar.
Pow.
So this is the most devastating evidence against her of all. Because everything else is like, okay, oh God, they're fighting again, fight, whatever. This is actually an admission of violence and saying, go ahead and tell the world who's going to believe you anyway. Which brings every single thing prior to her into question because she's a liar. And the jury gets to decide if he abused her or not. Well, unless there's another witness, you have to believe her. But can you believe her? And if everything out of her mouth is a lie, according to the jury or in their mind, She's done.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I think she's horribly done. I think the problem now that she has to overcome is that I think the only way she can win is just by honestly muddying the waters to the point of you just don't know who's doing what, right? In other words, you kind of gotta own. Yes, I said these things, I did these things, but here's the other side. This is what you did here, and it's just as bad as my side. And then it's kind of like the jury's like, well, you know what? They deserve. Each one of them deserve it. But with a mission like this, then if I'm on the jury, I'm like, yeah, you know what? I would have, but now since I've heard this, I'm not. You know what I mean? It would make me think that she was planning this out even back then, saying, "Hey, nobody's going to believe you." And it always makes me think about those. You remember back in the day when they used to say, "Go tell your story. Nobody's going to believe you."
Mm-hmm.
That's what they used to tell women. Go tell your story. Nobody's going to believe you.
Yeah, as a matter of fact,
Johnny was saying this.
That's what a lot of raped women suffered was that horrible stigma. Remember the accused with Jodie Foster and all that? It's like, oh, you dressed wrong, you did this wrong. This is literally taking what has happened to a lot of female victims and flipping it on its head and showing an abuser's an abuser. An abuser doesn't have a sex. An abuser can be either sex. It's more frequently a male. That's the truth. But there are women who abuse. Absolutely.
Yes. And with that, hopefully you like this. Oh, matter of fact, cut that, editor.
Okay, never mind what Nate and I are saying. What do you think? You're the jury. Would you fine for her? Would you say no, maybe there's another factor involved? Or would you fine for Johnny? And what would you fine for them? Would you find a full $50 million settlement? Or would you say, hey, you know what, $1. I just believe him and I'm going to give him that. I really want to hear what you think.